Today, GameStop shares soar after
the video game retailer said it would invest in Bitcoin. Fidelity Digital Assets says it's testing a stablecoin. And economist Matt Sakurka weighs the pros and cons of the Genius Act stablecoin bill. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Katie Tarasov. Crypto prices trading lower today. Welcome on into another episode of the Crypto Dough channel, and today we're talking about GameStop. We're talking about GameStop and how they actually put Bitcoin, or they plan on investing in crypto, on their balance sheet. Now, why do I see this to be so important, right? I see this to be extremely important because we have something called GameFi, or play to earn, right? And what better way not to earn a form of living by literally playing games? I think this was an excellent combination. Yes, the stock price rose with GameStop, but also it goes to show that a lot of companies have Bitcoin and digital assets on their balance sheet. Tesla, for example, MicroStrategy, for example. And I think that's the way to make sure and ensure that you have a successful company based on profits. Even if your ideas may not be the best, but based on profits, right? Because that's what success is based on. How much money do you make? If you have Bitcoin on your balance sheet, your company shall be successful, or deemed to be at least. It may make more than your actual products and or services. So that can be an additional form of income. But I'm Crypto Dough. I'm here to teach you everything that I know with you guys. So together we can go further than Wells Fargo. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. That's how you paid me forward. Hit those affiliate marketing links. I have Coinbase link pinned to the top of the chat. Also, go on a Robinhood and or a Fidelity account and get your stocks and or crypto. Right? Fidelity also is, quote unquote, they want to build a stable coin as well. So everybody is going to be part of this blockchain. Let's continue with this report. With Bitcoin falling back to the $86,000 level as of noon Eastern. Ether fell just under 3%, but still traded above $2,000. And XRP dropped more than 1% to just under 250. The moves lower come as investors still wait for clarity on President Trump's tariff plans, especially as the April 2nd deadline looms. In an interview yesterday, the president said tariffs will likely be more lenient than reciprocal. The comments. Now we're going to talk about tariffs because he just announced a tariff today, right? And the tariff states that it's a 25% on auto parts. 25% on auto parts. We all know April 2nd is coming as well. It's supposed to be Liberation Day after April Fool's Day, but that's kind of funny to me. But let's continue. Fidelity also, like I say, Fidelity also wants to be part of the blockchain world. Let's continue. Leave your thoughts below. Let me know what you think. As investors fear the more severe approach previously signaled by the Trump administration would dampen consumer and corporate sentiment enough to slow the U.S. economy. Okay, let's talk about the top stories. GameStop shares soaring after the company said it would invest in Bitcoin in a move that's similar to what the company's strategy has been doing for years. Yesterday, the video game retailer announced its board agreed to add Bitcoin as a Treasury reserve asset. CNBC reported these plans last month after the company's CEO, Ryan Cohen, posed next to strategy executive chair Michael Saylor in a photo posted to X. So how much Bitcoin does GameStop plan to acquire? That's still unknown, but as of February 1st, the company had around $4.8 billion in cash. By noon, GameStop shares surged more than 14%. Next, we have an update for you on a story we first mentioned in yesterday's show. Ripple and the SEC have reached an agreement to end their long-running legal battle over allegations the crypto company offered unregistered securities. In a post on X yesterday, Ripple's chief legal officer said that following last week's development. Now I talked about on my one of my latest videos, I talk about Ripple and how the $50,000 to $50 million. I apologize. $50 million was it was like highway robbery, but hey, it's behind them. That's better than paying $125 million. $50 million, I guess, is a way to say yay, okay. Also, they had to pay lawyer fees and everything else. So I just look at it as if how could you really charge a company
for something that has no regulation and or framework. And that's what you guys are working on now. But that's beyond me. I believe that Ripple and XRP is an excellent product, and I believe that they're going to get their money back 30, 40 times over, 50x if you ask me. But let's continue. Leave your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think about that.
The SEC would drop its appeal without conditions, and that the firm has now agreed to withdraw its cross appeal. He added that the SEC will keep $50 million of the previously imposed $125 million fine. The remaining balance will be returned to Ripple. He also said that the agency will request that the court lift the standard injunction currently in place. The resolution remains subject to a formal commission vote, finalization of legal documentation, and standard court procedures. Once all that's done, the case will be closed in full. The deal reflects a growing trend in Washington under the new administration toward easing crypto enforcement and supporting digital assets. An SEC spokesman declined to comment or confirm the details of the deal to CNBC. Finally, Fidelity Digital Assets is testing a stablecoin. A company spokesperson also told us Fidelity regularly scans and tests new opportunities to meet the evolving needs of customers. Right now, there's no official word on a potential launch. Just yesterday, we told you President Trump's crypto project, World Liberty Financial, is joining the increasingly competitive stablecoin market with a new dollar-pegged token.
Everyone is moving into stable coins. So, as I said on this channel, I told you guys what's next. They're going to create a stablecoin bill. It has to be. Because all the big boys say, okay, cool, we may not want to invest in a certain product or project, but let's invest in the actual blockchain and let's create something stable that's pegged 1-to-1, right? So $1 to $1, and then we can roll it out ourselves. But the thing is, what platform do they plan on building it on? Fidelity chose Solana. Some may choose XRP. Some may choose ADA. So it all depends. They still have to have an underlying platform, which is still some form of the blockchain, but which is still cryptocurrency. I invest in DJT, right? And I believe that's one of Donald Trump's like Liberty firm, and that's one of Donald Trump's not his direct connection, but it's what his kids own, and I think it's gonna do well during his presidency. Right now, it's at like $20 or $21. Last time I checked, I just bought some more. So I think like projects like that is going to do good. I think MicroStrategy is going to do good. Not financial advice. GameStop, since they're going to put Bitcoin on their balance sheet, that's going to do extremely well as well. Fidelity, if they plan on having some form of stable coins, I think that's going to be great as well. So these are the new things that's happening with this financial system that's being created. It's a new digital financial era. That's what we're in currently. Everything else to me is deemed a distraction. Everything else is deemed a distraction. Follow the money. I'm telling you that the money infrastructure has been changing for a while. And with crypto, though, I'm going to make sure you guys have the latest and the freshest and the newest updates based on the market, because these are the things that mainstream media isn't really talking about. They're not. It's not in their incentives for you to know exactly what's going on. They rather talk about things that catches your eye, that drives fear into the market. They rather talk about politics, things that's very controversial, things along that nature. That's how they keep you away from what's actually going on. Some of the the real news can be actually boring at times, right? Because sometimes money is boring. It's repetitive. It's the same thing over and over and over again. But at the same time, this is what we all work for, what we get up for, what make us 80% happy. I mean, life is much better with money than without. I don't care what anyone say, but let's continue. That's why I like doing this crypto stuff. And crypto, we're going to turn it into dough. We're going to turn it into money. We're going to turn it, we got to talk about stocks, everything else, because everything is interconnected on the money field.
Company joins others like Ripple, which launched its stablecoin late last year. And this all comes amid momentum in Congress to pass a stablecoin bill, which has been one of the first crypto legislation priorities.
Yep.
Separately, according to this Friday filing with the SEC, Fidelity is proposing a tokenized money market fund offering, joining the race for tokenized assets. The fund, which is a blockchain-based version of Fidelity's US dollar money market fund, currently uses the Ethereum network, but could expand to other blockchains. If approved, the product is expected to become effective on May 30th. All right, back to to stablecoins for our main.
Now, I don't think that Ethereum is the best platform to actually do these things. Now, it may be something that you start out with, but you might want to jump ramp to XRP, Arbitrum, Solana, things that's faster, that's better, that you don't have to worry about the crashes or anything along that nature, or maybe DGB. A lot of people not talking about that one. So I'm saying it all to say, all of these companies want a part of this blockchain because it actually makes them more money. It keeps everything on a ledger. It keeps it more organized, right? You can do tokenization of different things. You can make it customers friendly. You can customization out the world. It's the new way. It's the new frontier. It's a new way to do business. You can have your own community around your own niche. It's the new way of doing things, and I like it. I must say, I like it. Let's continue.
All eyes are on these tokens as the DC Blockchain Summit is underway today with a focus on regulation for digital assets. Crypto World's Mackenzie Sigalos spoke with economist Matt Zakurka about the Genius Act stablecoin bill, which recently cleared the Senate Banking Committee. He lays out some of the positive aspects of the bill as well as some concerns. So we have Congress working through potential stablecoin legislation with the Genius Act getting the most attention right now. There are things like reserve requirements, registration requirements, all being looked at in this bill. From your perspective, does the Genius Act focus on the right problems that need to be solved?
It does some things very well. It's great to see that there are full reserve requirements, that the regulators that are involved are well empowered and the right ones for the sector. What seems a bit strange to me is the dual track of federal and state regulation in the bill. It seems redundant. The states are allowed to impose their own regimes, which are supposed to be substantially equivalent to the federal regime, which begs the question, why do we need to have two?
Great
the bill
question.
also goes light on verification for the reserves. Within the stablecoin world, there's always been a preference for attestation as opposed to auditing, which is a lower standard of verification for an external accounting firm to use to determine that the reserves are present and that appropriate controls are available. I also like that the institutions involved are required to abide by anti-money laundering requirements. A major concern is whether money can flow into the U.S. financial system through stablecoins, and having chartered institutions that can be gatekeepers in that respect is a very positive outcome.
Now, one concern that we've heard brought up by some in the industry is that this could potentially place a bigger burden on U.S.-based companies than foreign ones. What's your perspective on that argument?
Yeah, that's not something that's obviously contemplated in the bill, and there are major stablecoin issuers headquartered outside the United States. If they were subject to the civil penalties in the bill for noncompliance, they operate at a scale that those penalties are not likely to deter their activity. They're just likely regarded as a cost of doing business and go on as they are. But I do think a positive aspect of the bill is that it focuses on stablecoins being tied.
Okay, now I left the rest of the video for you guys to check out. Now let's go on to Trader's View. We're going to look at GameStop and we're going to look at Fidelity and see what's going on with them. Currently, GameStop is at $28.36. GameStop is at $28.36. GameStop is at $28.36. As you guys can see, it's up 11.65%. 11.65%. Now let's check out Fidelity. Fidelity currently is at $19.20. Fidelity currently is at $19.20. $19.20, as you can see to the lower right of the screen. It's up about 0.10%. It's up about 0.10%. Let's just say it was at $16.70. And based on the news that they just got, all green candles, it went to $19.50. It went to $19.15. In a week, dang, went from $10. Damn. In a week, it went from actually $10.70 all the way up to $20.85. So it actually it went up 100%. If you want to zoom out a bit, if you would like to zoom out a bit, it went up 100%. Zooming on out, and maybe whoever had the trading information first moved first. But I'm just giving you guys an update on what's going on inside of the market. Giving you an update of what's going on inside of the market. Um, I think that this GameFi, I think that play to earn is the future, is one of the futures as well. Like I say, GameStop, what they're doing for GameStop, to me, I think that's good innovation and actually good timing. Tesla already did it. A lot of companies already owned Bitcoin on their balance sheet, right? A lot of companies already own Bitcoin on their balance sheet. The fact that GameStop is doing it, and GameStop, to me, they need to innovate a bit more. I think this would definitely get them there, play to earn, and maybe if they come out with their own stable coin as well, maybe that would be beneficial to them as well because they are in charge. I believe that the gaming world is going to blow. They should connect with all the gaming cryptos or the gaming protocols, see which one are the best, maybe like Floki or anything along that nature, any type of GameFi or play to earn, maybe Axie Infinity, just to name a few. Connect with them and then see where that leads you. Because you guys know GTA is coming out and they consider it to be a play to earn. So they about to incorporate some form of blockchain technology on GTA. Then what? Then they're also going to include NFTs within the game. Then what? So this is to me the new way of doing things. And it's either you get in line or you get left behind. That's how I see it. It's either you get in line or you can literally get left behind with this one. And because innovation waits on no one. Innovation waits on no one at all. So that's the way I see it, right? I see it to be. Innovation is not going to wait on you, me, wait for you to make your mind up or anything along that nature. Innovation is going to keep innovating. It will keep innovating. So that's just the story that I had for you guys today. GameStop just shook the world up again. They always find a way. One thing I can say about GameStop, never count them out because GameStop always find a way to have some form of major comeback, right? Fidelity is kind of doing the same thing as well. They're having a major comeback as well because they just announced the stablecoin with Solana, and I think that's actually super bullish. That's super bullish for them. They just went up 100%, obviously. So to me, that is extremely, extremely bullish. I just pinned the Coinbase link. Make sure you guys go get you some crypto. Use my link. It's going to be discounted. It's going to be discounted. Use the link. You get some form of benefit from using the link. Right? Let me pin it to the top of the chat as we speak right now. And then that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you have a good day today. That's all I ask. Have a good day. Make the day count. Make the best of everything. Even if it's a negative situation, make it a positive situation. On that note, this is Crypto Dope bringing you the latest and the greatest. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification for me as well. And put on your seatbelts. This is Crypto Dope. It is time to take off.